For more on how drones are changing modern warfare, let's bring in senior fellow and military expert at Defense Priorities, retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis. He's also the host of the Daniel Davis Deep Dive Show on YouTube. I'm grateful that you're here, sir, because we really are seeing so much more activity with drones. And Hamas used it initially in a number of ways, especially on October 7th. We saw these really small commercial drones take out tanks. We've seen them tank out some of the defenses on the wall there. What's your take on this?
Yeah, back when I was the second in command of an armored cav squadron in Germany in the mid 2000s, the drones were really starting to become a normal part of your operational kit, especially with the reconnaissance drones at that time. We didn't have the kamikaze drones here, but then they started accelerating. Of course, like any technology, the more you get it, the more it advances and goes. People find new ways to kill each other, to be blunt about it.
Right.
And we saw in the 2020 wars, really the first time it started being used with great effect to change the dynamics of how ground operations happen between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And it just devastated the tanks of the Armenian side. And, the Russians and the Ukraine both paid attention to that. So when that war kicked off, it just opened up a whole new way of fighting war. And the way we had fought it, the way I fought or had trained to fight in 2005 would no longer work on the modern battlefield. And I think the longer it goes, the better the counter drone operations are going to come, and then they're going to have a new technology on top of that. And we're just going to see things continue to advance. But we'll never go back to where it was before.
Okay, so what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that this is more of an evolution and not necessarily a revolution in warfare. And it would be poignant that we would see it in Israel. They are always so advanced in their technology. Look at the Iron Dome. I mean, that was revolutionary at the time. Just weeks ago, I was reporting on the Iron Beam, which is also revolutionary. So is this the new conventional war?
It is. I think that's a great way to put it. This is now the normal. This is no longer the cutting edge. This is just how war is done. And if you don't have enough drones, and if you don't have counter drone technology and electronic warfare capacity to block your enemy's drones, you're going to lose pretty fast. And in fact, in the height of the summer during the Ukrainian counteroffensive, they were having to expend 10,000 drones per month because Russia had learned how to knock their drones out with a number of new technologies that they developed since the war started. And now then Ukraine is coming up with new ways to block those. And it's just this continuing evolution.
Okay, I only have about a minute left, and there are no positives, right, to war. So I want to really tread lightly. But is there a silver lining that there could be less loss of life? I don't know if I'm phrasing that correctly.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying. Unfortunately, it's not working out that way because now that you have more remote opportunities to kill other people, and you see it graphically on the ground with the massive casualties of both Ukraine and the Russian side, and it's just actually making death more easy to do from longer ranges, unfortunately.
Wow. Okay, Lieutenant Colonel, thank you so much for joining us, sir. As you mentioned, this is the new face of war. So we're grateful for your input. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.